Welcome back to Fairfax Pilates. My name is Brittany, and we are going to be doing some super fun stuff on the reformer today to enhance back mobility and strength. Really focusing a lot on unilateral work today, so keeping your body nice and strong. So go ahead and set up your reformers and let's begin. Alright, so this has been broken into parts. There's a great video that starts on the foam roller and then carries on to the reformer. This is just the reformer section. So we are starting in the well on reverse elephants with one blue spring. Let's stand with our feet hip distance apart, soft at the knees. We are concentrating on lumbar flexion here. So you're going to slowly drag the carriage in towards the legs as you roll through the spine as if you were trying to stand. We are scooping through the tummy. I tell my students it's as if your pubic bone and your headrest are magnets, and those two parts are trying to just sort of pull towards one another. Curling from the tail, really isolating the lower abdomen and flexing through the lumbar area. This is a great way to not only warm up the back, but to also build strength in the rectus abdominis. Okay, so from here, we're going to go into the reverse with a twist. Let's get one hand. We're going to keep the right hand on the right side and bring the left on top. So both hands over on the right. Now we're going to feel it in the right hip bone area, right at the bottom of the inside obliques here. Again, concentrating on lumbar flexion as we draw the carriage in towards the thighs. We are not bending the elbows. We are still concentrating on the flexion of the entire spine. That's going to create the mobility of the back. Switch sides. And then, of course, building the strength in the obliques. So this whole workout today is really going to affect flexion. This whole workout today is going to focus on two primary things: lumbar mobility and strength, and then a lot of unilateral movements to really build on the strength of the obliques, particularly the external obliques, which are our stabilizer muscles. This one is the internal obliques because we got a twist going, but we are going to do a lot of unilateral work in our repertoire for today. Alrighty, now we're going to bring the platform extender on top of the rails, approximately 1 foot from the pulleys. We're going to leave that blue spring on, and we're going to do a kneeling version of that same thing. So both knees on, facing sideways. And now we rotate the upper body. Let's get one hand on each of the shoulder blocks. And we're doing that same thing. So not able to stand up quite as high, of course, because of obvious limitations. So not only do you feel that really screaming through the obliques there on the side body, but now we're really roping in the lats and the triceps. Concentrate on being mindful in the shoulder girdle, keeping the shoulders down off of the ears, and let's leave those arms long and straight so we really get those triceps and lats burning. Lots of goodness here. Exhale, pull, inhale to reset. And every time I'm letting it go all the way to the stopper. Now bring the back hand forward and the top hand behind the head and tilt into a side plank. Shift over knees, draw it in and turn. And then let the carriage go all the way to the end. Weight transfer, side plank, mind the shoulder, and repeat. Weight over the legs, rotate, pull it in. So we've got to keep that arm straight, the one on the shoulder block. That guy doesn't bend. We're going to hold it in straight. You will be tempted to bend that bottom elbow, I promise. Do your best to keep it straight. I'm working on a blue spring here. If that is not happening on your end, you can always downgrade to a white, make it manageable. So you're really isolating the correct muscles and not feeling as if you're powering through your shoulder and your neck. So here we go. Weight over the legs, curl through the back, and then rotate at the finish. We are still pulling in with that straight arm while we attempt to kind of get higher away from the knees. Watch that you're not collapsing. So really try to pull upward with the waist. Side plank. Okay, let's give that a go on the other side. That one is no joke. You should be feeling that a lot. Okay, here we go. All aboard on the knees. We've got one hand on each of the shoulder blocks, so our bottom half is forward facing and the upper body, of course, is facing the carriage. All right, so what you'll see here is a little bit of a weight shift over the legs, followed by a flexion of the lower back as we carefully and concentratingly pull the carriage in. Concentratingly, I don't think is a word. I made that one up, but it makes sense. So here we go. We're pulling it in, and we're keeping the shoulders away from the ears as we do so. So you just have to really be mindful about all those basic principles that we are aware of. Where do the shoulders go? Where do the ribs go? All those things. All right, bottom hand to the forward shoulder block. Tilt into your side plank, over the legs, and pull and twist. Let it travel back to the stopper, and then weight shift side plank. Weight over the legs, pull it in, and turn. Make sure that your bottom hand is on the forward shoulder block so we don't create any bizarre arches and pinches in through the lower back, as it will make you too close. Side plank. Over the legs, round, and finish with the twist. So the majority of the effort there, of course, is in the obliques and in that straight arm, and then you finish with that twist. So make sure that you're not twisting first as it bends the bottom elbow. So we're really just trying to maintain that height. How far can you keep your upper body off the ground? Pull it in and flex. And then back towards the center. Again, flex, twist. Alrighty, let's get rid of that platform extender. All right, now keeping the blue spring, we are going to use the adductor here. We're going to just put our knee right up against the shoulder blocks, and our foot on the frame is aligned with the frame itself. So we're maintaining that the leg on the frame, the knee is over the heel, and we are pulling in with the kneeling leg. It's kind of like a soccer pass. You want to just feel those adductors. Actually, on both legs, you're going to feel a whole bunch of goodness. Try to keep the lunging leg still. And then we do little baby pulses or a hold here for about 8 seconds. Now, releve the stable leg and try it again. This one, 10x is the fun, doesn't it? So we pull in and release. Meanwhile, the standing leg is trying to be as stable and still as possible, and we're simply moving that gesture leg on the carriage. A little hold, or you can pulse, whichever you're feeling, pick your poison, and then we come back out. Okay, we're doing that same goodness on our other side. So we're placing one leg up against both shoulder blocks and the other foot aligns on the frame. Here we go. So we're pulling in and we're returning. So you have a good view here of where my knee stays directly above the heel, and we're really actively just moving the bent knee on the carriage, drawing it in, maintaining that all your bony parts are facing forward. So that is your shoulders, your ribs, and both hip bones. This is where you hold or pull, and then releve that stable bent knee, and we pull in again and in. Yes, this one engages, as you'll notice, not only the calf, but also those adductors, the external rotators, the glute medius. Basically everything in your pants is working right now on this one. I love it. All right, so now we are going to do some fun quadruped things. Grab your strap that is closest to you, okay? And then as you're facing the carriage, I'd like the foot closest to the pulley to hold on to the strap. We're gonna come up onto our hands and our knees. So this is a baby plank. Make sure that your shoulders are right above the hands and your knees are in the back. All right, we're gonna drive that pulley leg straight back, dorsiflexed, until the leg is at hip height or close to it. We have to keep our body, especially up in the torso, absolutely strong and stable. So really just channel your inner powerhouse here. Get comfortable in your strength. Keep the obliques working. You'll see here what I'm talking about with those external obliques really being challenged. Now, side to side at hip height. Hello, fire. Right, so this one is working like crazy. Now you can also put this on the other foot and do the same thing. It just works different muscles, but I love them both. I find this one is more challenging because it challenges that inner thigh like crazy. And we know the inner thigh works into the core. It's part of our powerhouse, which then strengthens and supports our lower back. So it is a win-win. All right, now we're gonna step down. Let's keep the same foot on the strap. We're gonna spin around and lie down like the carriage is a baby mat. I'm gonna reduce the weight to a single white versus the blue. Lay your body across the carriage, not against the shoulder blocks. Hands support the head. All right, we're going in and out with the knees. And as you do this, we are maintaining an upper curl in the upper body, but you're trying to push the legs out straight. So that will move the machine. Try not to let it change your body, meaning don't let it slide you around, don't let it curve your body. You're simply maintaining your strength. Hinge and lower the legs. Now we have to maintain our imprint. Your body's in that upper curl, and we simply lower and lift the legs. So maintaining that resistance, you will feel it all over your waist, I promise. We're gonna get 8 of these. And flex the feet. Now we're over the back edge of the carriage, so arch back and flex. So this allows you to really work the rectus abdominis even more here. So we get that little bit of extension in between every repetition. Okay, and then come on out, get up any way you can there, and then we're gonna come around to the other side. Okay, quick sip of water. This workout is no joke so far, so especially if you did the foam roller workout before this with me, you will appreciate that sip. Okay, here we go, repeating. So we're gonna face the carriage. Let's put the foot closest to pulley over the loop, and we start with that quadruped leg press. So plank position, hands under shoulders and our knees below hips. We're on a single blue spring. Let's drive that foot directly back, hip height, and then knee to knee. Press, knee to knee. That's the way. So as we are getting that leg up to hip height, you've got to have a lot of control in the entire upper body, shoulder girdle, obliques, to keep our back from moving and also to keep our balance. We're going to get 8 of these, and then side to side at hip height. This is the one I was saying that you're welcome to do this whole series with the opposite foot in the strap. And that is a good one too, but I like this one a little bit better. Let's get one more here. Or 2. 8, please. My count must be off. We're gonna do 8. Okay, and then step down, keeping the same foot in the strap. Go ahead and spin around, and then we're gonna lay down on a white spring only. You can certainly do blue. White is a bit more manageable. And then notice I'm not against the shoulder blocks. I'm right in the center here. Upper body inflection, legs out and in. So just take a peek of where you are on the machine. You want your body to stay stable. Notice as your legs extend, that's obviously going to create some movement on the carriage, and that is expected. We're getting 8 of these. Now, straight up and down. So we're maintaining that resistance against the strap while we not only hold an upper curl, we also have an imprinted position through the lower back, and we are just burning the obliques and the low abs. Maintain that upper curl. Don't let your upper body get too heavy for you. Stay up. And now, crunches with the legs straight up. I'm going back over the edge of the carriage for extension and then into that flexion. Let's get 8 of these as well. And then let's go ahead and come all the way up. All right, so we get that foot out of the strap. Okay, so yeah, we are working here. 1 red and 1 white. Let's stand up for some rounded back elephants. Heels are up against shoulder blocks, arms are long, hands on the bar, weight is over feet, round the spine. All right, so we are gonna have an angry cat shape, legs press, belly pulls in. So you wanna go back as far as you can, keep your feet flat. If your feet cannot be flat all the way against the shoulder blocks, just simply walk them forward. You wanna be in a place where your shoulders are resting, but your feet are flat. And we're getting that length and we're getting that work in the lumbar area. We're going for 8 of these as well. I love these, I work them into every workout. Okay, so then we get that straight leg forward. And then I like to just shift around at the onset there and just make sure I'm in the right place to get the maximum amount of stretch. We want to have our weight back, lengthened back, and then we are pressing our legs backward and forward. Let's get 2 more. And we switch the feet. 1 in the back, 1 in the front, and they're lengthened parallel. Give a little shift back and forward. Find your spot, create length in your back. And then we're gonna hold the weight back and we're gonna press out with just the legs when you're ready. Okay, so here we begin. We'll create space in the back. And then as you drive the legs back like that, you get this lovely twist in the spine, just a bonus against all of the stretching that's happening in the legs. Shoulders are mindfully away from the ears, please. Now step both feet back on the headrest and find yourself in that long stretch plank. Okay, push back just a bit and then let's just move those feet. We're pointing and flexing at the toes. Again, we're living in that strength here. So we're pressing off the foot bar, getting a nice strong shoulder girdle area. Our abs are in. Now bend and push the legs. So we're just staying in that strength, in that plank. 8 of these variations as well. And then we're going to take the knees all the way down. Just enjoy a little shell stretch there for a moment. Okay, and then we're turning around for some long back stretch. So this one has the tricep dip included. So if you would like to omit that, you certainly can. Let's reach our hands onto the bar, fingers pointing towards the body, feet against shoulder blocks, and let's begin. So we go straight down with a neutral spine, curl the tail as we press the arms to straight, and then just pull the spine to vertical. Down, scoop, and then return vertical. Send it down and scoop. This is why this is a long back stretch. Make sure that the initiating part is that pelvis, and we want to get those arms all the way to straight to feel that tricep burn and lots of strength. All right, let's go ahead and come down. Okay, so we are ready to wrap things up. Let's just keep it on a red and finish with our thigh stretch. So we're just gonna sink down. Be mindful here, it's easy to shrug the shoulders. This is when we relax the face, the throat, the shoulders, and really just allow the legs to relax and strengthen, and just breathe with this stretch. Inhale back, and then exhale forward. Other side, of course. And let's do the same thing. You can hold this stretch and a static stretch. I prefer a dynamic movement, especially after all the work we've done today. It'll just feel really nice to just keep it moving and just sort of slow things down. We worked hard today, so just slow it down. All right. So that is it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for working so hard with me, and I really hope that your body feels great and super strong. If you liked what you saw today, please don't forget to subscribe, share with a friend, and leave us a comment. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.